Alright, so we are on our way to the shop right now. I've got the Camaro loaded with a whole bunch of suspension parts and other things. Today we're going to be doing a couple of upgrades, rear control arms, a front cross brace for the steering box, and a couple other things. So come along and enjoy the ride. Yay, it is an 18. Switch over there. Okay, so I've got the rear control arms out. These are the factory rear control arms, and this is the panhandle bar that runs from the rear diff up to the chassis. These are what we'll be upgrading to. These are made out of square steel tubing. That is, the wall is 3/16 inch thick. These are fucking beefy. They're made by a seller, or they're sold by a seller on eBay. They're made by Camaro Steelworks. These are the beefiest and toughest rear control arms that I have ever seen for an F-body car. These should fit all the way to 2002, I think, but don't quote me on that. These are specifically made for the 3rd gen. So if you want what is, in my opinion, the beefiest and the coolest looking rear control arm on the market, get yourself a set of these. I think they're just under $300 for all 3 pieces. They do not come with hardware though. I got a hardware kit from UMI. And yeah, those are gonna look super sick on the car. So I'm gonna throw those in the car right now and we'll kind of get you back up to speed. I'm gonna throw the rear bolt in, the panhandle bar can go all the way back in, and then we're gonna start marking holes and probably take part of the exhaust off for the subframe connectors. So we will see you. Look at that. Ain't that just the coolest fucking thing you've ever seen?
No.
I think that's fucking dope. Stickers kind of coming off a little bit, but that's fine. And he even included extra stickers for me so I can put them on my car. But look at that. Look at the difference. This is GM factory stuff. That's an open tube. This is a solid fucking pipe. And this weighs probably 3 or 4 times as much. So you are going to add a little bit of weight to your car, but when you add that weight, you get more traction. So we've got these bolted up in the back, rear control arms. This is our subframe connector. There's this little piece right here that's got bent in my pinch weld, so I need to bend this back. And because my car has a custom exhaust system, I did have to lower the exhaust or unbolt it from the headers so you get it to sit low enough to slide this piece underneath here. But I think that should be all the other removing that I have to do. It's kind of hard to see there, the camera will focus a little bit better. That this piece fits underneath here. So it's really not super complicated. And then you'll see here that this hole coincides with this hole. This will be on the outside of where your rear control arms mount, if the camera will focus. It's really hard with the lighting in here, but you'll see that on the farthest side, way back over here, this will bolt up. So we're going to start kind of getting this all set up, and we'll have to actually mark holes where this will actually bolt to the frame. So we will check back with you in a little bit. So we have the holes drilled for the subframe connectors here. And it's a bit of a chore. It's kind of thick metal. It works a lot better if you have good drill bits. So there's 4 holes on this side, which are kind of hard to get to because of the exhaust. The 4 holes on that side are a lot easier. You will then take your bolt with a washer from the floor down. You put another washer and a nut. We're going to get this all buttoned up. And then after that's all done, we're going to finish tightening the front bolt of the rear trailing arms. And then we will move on to the front steering brace that also screws into the frame. We will see you then. Peace. I'll give you guys kind of just a quick overview. If you've got beat up torque boxes like I did, I had to hammer and smash these things in and drill the holes out bigger, but in reality it's really not that bad. If you have a car that's got a crossover like this, you will probably have to unbolt it from the headers and unbolt it there. I know I did because this didn't fit quite right. Going all the way back. Make sure that you tighten these up when you're done, front and rear. And we're going to move on to the crossbar that goes by the steering box next. And so the next piece is this. This is a panhandle bar, or not a panhandle bar, this is a steering brace that will go in between your sway bar and the frame. And it'll slide right in. You'll see how those 1, 2, and 3. Really simple 15mm bolts. Let's take a look when it's done. And you can see it goes between there, runs all the way across. This adds a nice bit of structural rigidity to the front end. These are actually known, when they're getting swung in the corners, they're actually known to crack the frames in this general area. So that's why I bought one of these. And it looks fucking cool. And it shouldn't get in the way of taking out a crankshaft pulley either. So yeah, there we go. And we're gonna get this thing down on the ground. I got some red lug nuts to throw on, and then we will see you when everything is back on the ground. Alright guys, and that's about it. It's a pretty straightforward install. I would say the Wonder Bar in the front is probably the easiest. The subframe connectors, if you have an exhaust that gets in the way, it's a little bit hasslesome. And then the rear trailing arms and panhandle bar is pretty simple. All in all, great products. The subframe connectors are from Jegs. The trailing arms are from Chimera Steelworks. And the Wonder Bar in the front is from just a company on eBay that builds them. So, if you guys enjoy the content, go ahead and click subscribe and follow for future updates on the Camaro. Also, I'll have some more content of my Suburban, my 99 Suburban on the channel as well. So, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.